What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Pit Life Barbecue Podcast, where we talk everything barbecue and a lot of other topics that you normally talk around the pit. Oh, shit, that got me. Coming to you live from the Uncle Steve Shake Studios in Centrebonstead, New Hampshire. Oh, what is going on, folks? It's 8 o'clock on Monday. You know what that means? It's time to start the barbecue week. So let's get into it. Today's episode brought to you by Uncle Steve Shake. What can I say, guys? Uncle Steve is absolutely amazing. He's about to start waving at me in the bottom of the screen in a second. You know, he's tilting the hat. That's a different type of wave, but that's all right. Yeah. What can I say, guys? Uncle Steve, incredible guy, incredible products. Always uses the freshest ingredients. Whenever you place an order, it's mixed that week. If you were to place an order on Monday, early in the week, and it ships by Friday, he's mixing fresh that week. So you're always going to receive the freshest product available every single time. Any questions? Hit the phone number. Steve is the one answering. Hit the email. Steve's the one answering. He's even been known to call you if you got if he has any questions on your order, or anything you're working on with flavor profile wise. He'll have a conversation with you, help you get whatever you need. 17. That's right, 17 amazing flavors now with the new Mi Amigo coming at you, which I should be getting a bottle relatively soon to try out. From what I'm hearing, it's already walked this weekend at the Fort Bend County Cook-Off. Had 6 teams, 6 walks, a GC, an RGC. Uncle Steve Shake had a hell of a weekend. So check him out at UncleSteve'sShake.com and on Facebook, Uncle Steve Shake Nation, for all the latest and greatest on everything shake. Uncle Steve Shake, shake some on everything. Also brought to you by Joe's Meat Market. What can I say? Joe's Meat Market, the diamond of Royce City, Texas. Guys, if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, swing by Joe's Meat Market. Meet Gabriel and the crew. They do an incredible job day in, day out. Incredible meat selection, custom cuts available. If you're looking for a particular style cut that he doesn't have, he'll order it for you, and he'll get you done. Freshest produce brought in daily. All the weekend warrior or competition needs, got you covered. Rubs, sauces, injections, now carrying smoky wood products. He's got you covered. And you feeling a little hungry? Gabriel's mom's behind the counter cooking up some of the best authentic Mexican cuisine you've ever put in your mouth. Grab a bite, sit down, talk to the boys, shoot the shit, shoot the cue, whatever you want to do. Just let the life go for a little bit and just sit there and make a new friend that'll last forever in the barbecue world. So remember, guys, go check them out. Joe's Meat Market, Royce City, Texas. And remember, Joe's Meat Market for the win. All right, guys, we got my boys from House of Q joining me today. Brandon and Ken, they're on their way to the Jack. But first, obviously you see on the screen, we got Uncle Steve joining us for a few moments.
How you guys doing?
Good. What's going on? We're doing good, brother. We're doing good, brother. Thanks for jumping in.
I'm not going to take up much of your time because y'all all about going to the Jack is more important than all but one of the things that I have. So I'm going to jump right into it. I have 3 quick things I need to hit. Johnny said, I've been sponsoring competition teams for a while now. And as the guys start to learn the seasonings, which is huge, you can't just buy a bottle and say, oh, this is going to make us walk. You learn it, you learn how to use it. This was a cook of about 70 or so teams. It's gotten bigger every year. Johnny's been out there. I was lucky enough this year to have 6 different teams flying my flag. A cook-off, you want to use some of my stuff, I'm going to spot you with it. I'm going to say, man, take it, good luck. All I ask is that you fly my flag. And so we had 6 teams that I saw. I tried to walk around, 4 of which have been doing it for a while. I'm just going to run down a quick list. Colorado County Cookers, if any of them popped in, they had a real good showing. 2nd in gumbo, 6th in brisket, and their party was excellent. And you guys, and I apologize for not knowing more about you. If you're not from Texas, you don't understand. Party at the cook-off, that's part of being judged. That's kind of how you're judged on it. I mean, good food is great, but a good party is essential. Rolling down, my team, Southbound Smoke. And this is a big one for us out there. They hit 2nd in hospitality. That means total booth, treating everything right. Good food, good people, taking care of their customers. Last year they were 1st. The year before that they were 3rd. So every year they're right up there. There's some great people. They hit 3rd gumbo, 8th in beans, 9th in chili, which is all walking as far as I'm concerned. That's respectable. 8-ball cookers. And I have to scroll because it's a list. My 8-ball cookers mainly focused on, they focused heavy on their brisket. Uncle Steve shake on the brisket, including the new Mi Amigos. And he told me what he layered. I won't put it out, but I'll tell people that ask. Bam. Number 1 in brisket. I don't care. That's not luck. When you hit number 1 in brisket, that's not just luck. That's good. Let me look. Where'd my 8-ballers go? They had 9th in chicken also. Dr. Barbecue has been hitting it real hard. They had 2nd in brisket, 3rd in chicken. Uncle Steve's stuff in there. They also hit reserve grand champion. The last team, No Limit Barbecue, 1st in chicken, 1st in ribs. The ribs included the new Mi Amigo with some magic rib and with something else, which was mine. I'm not going to throw it out there yet. And the chicken, competition chicken, was right in there fighting with it. So that pulled him up there. Of course, they gave me we couldn't do it without you. Well, you probably could, because I make the paint, okay? You cooks are the artists. Anybody can take great seasoning and burn the heck, have it the driest. But they've learned it. They put it all together. So congratulations to those guys. I get to drop my phone now. Second thing, I was up in Dallas about a week ago, and I went up to see Big Rome. They threw a little meet and greet, and I was dropping some stuff off at Joe's Meat Market. And I took Big Rome a special mix I'd made. I do not like jalapeno. Call me what you want. And if I don't like it, I can't mix with it because I don't know if it's good or bad or in the middle or whatever. So I got up there and I made him a little joke, kind of a joke label called Mi Amigo because he's my friend. And mixed him up a little jalapeno Tex-Mex. And he said, man, this is good. This is really good. And I said, well, thanks. Now, is it good like a friend? Because I can promise you we've all made stuff and our friends tell us how good it is. They're our friends. He said, no, this is sales good. This is impressive. And so I said, well, it's from that West Coast. So I took it and I dumped the whole jar out. And he said, what are you doing? I brought all my stuff to start from scratch. So Big Rome, Gabriel, Mad Max, and 2 or 3 other guys, we sat right there, mixed it, blended it, half teaspoon or half tablespoon at a time, writing it down, getting it down. When we hit it just right, Gabriel walked out with a big chop, threw it on that, cooked it up because you got to try to see how it cooks. Came back and Gabriel kind of leans over and says, 180. I said, what? And Big Rome followed him and says, yeah, 180. 180 what? We want 180 bottles. And I went, Yeah, okay, so I have another flavor now. Great, here I go. Which I didn't plan on it, but it came out. It is great. It looks like this. Mi Amigo has my little jalapeno buddy on the side. I'm gonna be completely honest. Other than sampling it just to make sure that the levels are correct, I haven't tasted it. I don't like jalapeno. I'm like that. I'm not a real big fan of fruit in my barbecue. I know a lot of people are, and that's big. And I don't like peppery jalapeno, any of that stuff. So having said that, that stuff's not that important. This is the important, and I've seen him flash up in here. A lot of us are so well. There he is. All of us are so lucky to be in the barbecue community where you have friends, even if the different communities barely cross. Your friends are like brothers. Your cooking guys are like brothers. You could turn on them and say, hey, buddy, I need this. You know, it's kind of that saying, hey, I need you to help me. I'm not going to tell you where to go. We're going to hurt some people, and it's going to be illegal, but I can't tell you what it is, not telling you where we're going. And your friend says, you want me to drive?
Whose car are we taking?
Yeah, whose car are we taking? So that's the kind of friends you make in this barbecue community. One of our brothers in our barbecue community, Rick Glendo, got the shock that nobody wants to hear. A little bit of soreness, went into the doctor and got checked, and it's cancer. Now, he went in, I believe, it was either yesterday or today, to get some of the biopsies done. Long story short, he is in a long road of medical stuff and no insurance. That's a lot of people right now because they price medical insurance so much you're almost like, and take me now because I can't afford to give everything, you know. So anyway, Rick is a great guy, straight shooter, straightforward, and very serious, loving, caring, honest. For him to ask for help is amazing. Yeah. But it did, so that tells you how much he needs it, how bad it is. He has started a GoFundMe. And I sent the second I saw it, no questions. I didn't even read why. If it's Rick and he's asking, boom, it's done. My brothers out there in the barbecue community, y'all need to hit that GoFundMe just a little bit. I don't care if it's $10, $20, $50. Don't spend your rent money. But if you're looking at a Australian Wagyu brisket versus a prime for just serving somewhere, go with that prime and kick a little extra of that money in for Rick. It's going to be a long road and he's going to need it. And I don't want to embarrass him, but he knew I was coming on today to say this. Kick into the GoFundMe, help spread the word. The GoFundMe's Johnny will post it. It's all over Facebook. It's on the Shake Nation page. You can't miss it if you're in the barbecue community. Everybody kicks in just a little bit. Rick's going to be able to concentrate on getting better, not on what all can I sell to pay off my doctors. So, and I will mention that, and not to press anybody, I read that list about every other day just because I want to see who's offered prayers from the heart and a little wallet action because they really care, because they're brothers. So, man, if you can, get on there and do whatever you can. Now, I didn't mean to take up y'all's time, but I appreciate it. I'm going to jump out. I'm going to jump in the chat, see if I can't learn something. And guys going to the Jack, anything I can do for you, reach out, let me know. I know you have it done. You have everything you need. But should you ever need anything that I have through Johnny, every friend of Johnny's is a friend of mine. And
appreciate you, Steve.
I'll be honest, after this weekend, I'll swear to it, we have some damn good stuff. I knew it was good, but until it starts winning, you're like, well, and Johnny, I will throw this last thing. I did have someone tell someone else, a comp cook out there, what do you mean Uncle Steve stuff? He's just one of those YouTube guys. Hey, you know what? I wanted to walk round and round his booth with the both the trophies, the champion and the reserve, and walk around and just in my shirt with my face on it. Not just a YouTube. Well, I'm gonna tell you, I did seasoning long before I could handle YouTube because I'm pretty much computer illiterate. All right, now I've said enough. I love you guys, Johnny. Thank you for the time. I'm gonna
No
pop
problem, brother.
and I want some secrets. Give away the secrets. Thanks, guys.
All right, Steve. Thanks, brother.
All right.
And guys, I've been putting the GoFundMe link in the chat, so if you're watching and tuning in there, you find it there, and I'm sure some of the other mods will be able to put it in there throughout the show. But yeah, guys, Rick is an incredible person. Him to come out and ask, it speaks volumes. And let's get this done. Let's help him on his battle, and let's get back onto the cooking game. We love you, Rick. I love you, brother. Take care of you, and we'll be rolling smoke in no time, brother. But all right, let's get down to it. Tonight, I'm joined by my boys, Brandon and Ken of House of Q. What's up, gentlemen?
What's going on?
Hey, Johnny. Thanks for having us on.
Oh, we appreciate it, brother. Like I said, I've been saying it every week. It's been a long road. The list, I'm getting there. I'm getting through this goddamn list finally, and it just worked out dead nuts perfect. That I could literally take a month and a half and focus on all my local boys. Awesome. We have, I forget, it's either 6 or 7 New England teams heading to the Jack. That's unreal right there. Out of one region, you know what I mean? So, so 6 New England teams. Then we got Uncle Pig, Urkel from New Jersey. We'll adopt him. He's close enough. He spends enough time up here anyway. But like I said, guys, it's real laid back. If you got some language, let it fly, baby. This ain't the local news that you guys are going to be fucking with later on this week.
Be careful what you wish for, Johnny.
Throw it out there, baby. It is all we're doing. We're sitting around a pit. That's exactly what we're doing. And I always start out with one question, and those answers lead to the rest of it. You boys can flip a coin on who wants to go first. But so who wants to go first?
Kenny, don't jump quick enough.
Ken, you're it.
All right, I'll go.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, and then how you got how you got into barbecue, and then how you got into competition barbecue.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, grew up in the Boston area, just outside. I grew up in Watertown. So, what's up to all my Watt rats out there? I've been in the meat industry for quite a bit, and pretty much right out of high school, I've spent a lot of time. I was a butcher and worked my way through, and basically been involved in the meat industry for quite a bit. Working as a meat cutter and such. And we've been with Whole Foods for 24 years. Along the way, you just, as you learn about meat, you learn about different aspects, like you said, things come and they present themselves. And there was a time period where I was working, I opened a store that had, and I had never really cooked before. And they said, oh, we're going to give you a hot bar. And you're going to have a 16-foot hot bar with your meat case, and we're going to give you a smoker, and we're going to give you, rotisserie chickens and all this stuff. So, my career, in barbecue really started back in 2007, where I really kind of got a passion for it. We did a lot of cold smoke stuff and things like that, but that's really where that began. For me, competition wise, I've only been in it a couple years, but it's been, fantastic thus far. Started, I think it was Commander's Cup 3 years ago, and went in there, heck, with originally under Angry Cock Barbecue, it's my original team. And, along with my brother-in-law, Kenny Sherman, we love you, brother. I know he's watching. So, he was a big part of it. And, I remember us walking in there like we thought we were going to win the thing, and then, of course, like everybody else, dead last. And we're like, that was the best chicken I ever cooked. But, it's the good thing about this barbecue competition, this community is, just everybody's willing to help. And, all I can say is over the past 2 years, the amount of people helping, mentoring like Brandon did to me and stuff, it's been really fantastic. So, kind of brings me, up to speed. That's where I'm at.
Cool. All right, Brandon, you're up, brother.
Well, what's up? Thanks for having me on here. So I basically started barbecue like 17 years ago with Bentley's Famous Barbecue. And then 2 years ago, I decided to do competition barbecue. Came in, I think my first competition was in Granite State. Got my ass handed to me. Kind of walked away with my tail between my legs thinking I'm the best cook at first. And then, wow, what the hell is this? Then kind of did like 5 comps in the first year. Again, got my ass handed to me. Ended the season, better than I started. And then, floated around the country going to classes and learning and techniques, stuff like that. Came back, I think it was like last year, and started doing a lot of constant top 10s. Met Kenny. I was right there for, as you saw, Johnny and Ken, I was right there for a good solid year, top 10. Met my Bill Belichick right here that kind of stay zoned in. I'm ADHD, right? So I can't fucking keep track of shit. So I met Ken, and Ken's like, well, this not with it. And I says, hey, we did a 1 meat cook together. We got first place ribs. Ken got a third place chicken. It was kind of like, you're my best friend.
Did we just become best friends? Yes, we did.
And then me and Kenny joined teams, 2 Irish guys. He came up with the name House of Q after House of Pain. We've done Ken, 3 comps this year. Our first comp, we walked in New York and Schenectady, got 4th. Went did a CBA. We did all right. We got 9th.
Yeah,
I know Jeff's watching. Congrats on that. You got lucky that comp. But then we came back and we did our 3rd comp in Connecticut, and we GC'd with a 705, 180 in chicken, and we just got lucky that day.
And that GC came with the old trip to Tennessee.
Yes, sir. Indeed.
Now, okay. You get that call. Okay. Leading up to that day, you start getting calls, and obviously you get down to brisket. Are you sitting there running the math in your head going, oh shit, we got a chance on this?
Yeah.
Especially with the 180 chicken.
Well, you know what? I'll give a shout out to our good friend Rico. Man, he gave us a run that day. Sort of Waypoint. There was some awesome teams out there. And yeah, I mean, when you talk about the counting down and we were kind of all looking around doing a little bit of math, and so that was definitely happening.
Then like I said, there's Tim. Like I told you before, 700 ain't lucky. True statement there, brother. True statement there.
We were definitely dialed in that day, so it was a lot of fun. It was.
I don't know. He kept on looking at me all day in the morning because I'm like, hey, I'm gonna take a nap at 9 o'clock.
This guy and his naps, I tell you, it drives me nuts.
Hey,
he brought me to Mount Gaytown with that rum the night before for my first time. So I woke up in the morning and I wasn't ready for a GC that day. I mean, we were dialed in, but like I said, I think we fed a bunch of judges that just got COVID or didn't know how to smell and read
it. Too funny.
But you get that final call, GC, House of Q. What's running through your mind? Are you going, we just GC'd it, or holy shit, we're going to the Jack? Or how long did it take for the, oh my God, we're going to the Jack to pop in.
I think that was later. I don't know. Brandon can talk on it. For me, it was just the GC piece. I mean, that's what we were chasing. We were really, Schenectady was our first time when we looked, and we were trying to just kind of look at our notes and see where we can improve. And that's all we kept doing incrementally. So it was kind of surreal to be in that moment. I think, Brandon said he's been doing it 2 years, but I think it's been 3. I think he was a little longer than me. And, I know he's been chasing it a little longer. So, I mean, it was definitely emotional, it was great, but it kind of kicked in a little later about the Jack, in my opinion, on my side anyway.
I mean, when Ken called me up and says, hey, because I wasn't going to do that comp. I mean, he signed up as Angry Cock, and then when we teamed up, we just said, hey, we're not doing another comp if we're not together. He said it's an auto, and so really why I was going that one is I've been dreaming about going to the Jack for 17 years. I mean, it's everybody in barbecue. That's where they want to go.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's still surreal. It probably won't set in until we get there, but we're excited.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I think afterwards we sat down and had probably about 6 beers with the Waypoint guys who had just won it the week before. So it was kind of all sitting in there, Jeff and the guys and Jared. It was awesome kind of talking to them and just kind of feeling that all together. But that's when it kind of really hit for me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I said, I'm talking to a lot, like I said, the whole month and a half, and everybody who's going, and everyone's like, I'm still pinching myself. Yeah, it's like, okay, and here I am, fucking, giving fucking tips, hey, on the Jack, dude, just go down there and just cook. It's the fucking Jack. What the hell do I know? Okay, I'm just ESPN talking head of barbecue here, blowing smoke out of both sides. But no, but I really I think that's what it comes down to on any competition you're cooking, whether it's the king of the cul-de-sac on the weekend, or the Jack Daniels, or the Royal, Memphis and May, any world championship. Just cook your cook. Do what you do. Don't try not to overthink yourself, because your head is your worst enemy. Because you start second guessing a little something and you fuck the whole thing up.
Ken, did you guys pregame this before he came on? I think you guys had to have a conversation, because I think I hear this from Ken and Waypoint and everybody every week, because I'm always talking, what am I going to do this week? What am I going to do that week?
Stay in the zone.
Stay in it. I'm guilty as anybody out there. Overthinking shit or not thinking, for that matter. So it's a delicate balance. It was like Brandon, when I was talking to you a couple weeks ago. Well, we were talking about my first comp at the Granite State.
Yeah.
I wanted to see where my stuff landed, on the professional circuit. Everyone's got the best barbecue when everybody's eating it for free. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This is the best I ever had. Of course it is. You're on your third fucking plate. But throw it in against the judges, against, guys like you, Billy, Matt, 16 Mesh, El Jefe, Jeff from Fat Kids, guys who are out there week in, week out, every weekend they're traveling somewhere, don't want to forget my boy Tim, you're traveling somewhere, you're competing every week, almost every weekend. You got it down pat. So I rolled in there going, I don't give a shit where I end. I can dead ass last, fine with me. At least I can figure out what the hell I got to fucking work on. Obviously, dead ass last, I got to work on fucking everything. But beside the point, and I was happy. I was middle of the pack. I think I had a 19th rib, a 20th pork. My brisket sucked. And I forget where the chicken was, but it was in that middle of the pack range. I finished, I think, maybe 25th or 26th overall out of whatever it was, 50 teams we had. So I was happy about it, but to overthinking or not thinking, that's where I bit myself in the ass. I overthought, was just got caught up. I forgot to inject anything. Oh shit!
No.
The meat's already on the goddamn smoker. It's like, oh, too late for that now. And then getting everything ready. I was hitting my time frames. Everything was coming off right around when I wanted it to. I didn't have all my equipment at the time. I was still piecing shit together. So I ran out of cooler space. So I'm like, oh fuck, what am I gonna do? So I grabbed the one empty cooler I had, and I put the meat in there. So I put the brisket in there. Okay. Pork's next. Went in the cooler on top of the brisket. Ribs. Went on top of the fucking pork.
That sounds like year one night Angry Cock Barbecue.
Yeah. Am I forgetting to burp the cooler? Fuck yeah. Didn't even think about it, It's like, okay, everything's resting. Get the chicken off, because obviously chicken's the last thing to come off. Make my box, send it. We're good. Okay, time to start prepping for ribs. Get the ribs up, start lifting them up. Bones are popping everywhere. I'm like, uh-oh, what the hell happened here? I'm getting them out. I'm starting to cut them. They're going everywhere. I had cooked 4 racks. I had 3 good ones and 1 shit rack. That shit rack is what got turned in because it was the only one that cut clean. And boom, 19th rib. I'm like, all right, I can do it. But then I went, why did this do it? I'm like, oh, fuck. Everything just kept on fucking cooking in that. So it was like everything was overdone, but, not thinking right or overthinking it. And, lesson learned. But
fun lessons though. That's all right.
Oh, absolutely.
Laugh now,
Oh, 100%. So the competition circuit, it's serious business. We take it serious, especially up this way, because we're not known for barbecue in New England. So we got an extra little. Well, all right, we're all from Boston, so we already have the goddamn chip. So now we're in the barbecue competition, so we got an extra bag of Lay's on the other shoulder. You know what I'm saying? So we're running out there every weekend, to prove shit. Like I had said before, shit. At the beginning when I started this pod, took some shit. What the fuck does a guy from Boston and New England know about barbecue? To talk barbecue. And then, just kept on the weeks, talking to this guy, and eventually everyone came around going, something? You get it. You understand it. You know what you're talking about for most things. They still don't agree with me with my beans and my chili, but fuck them. That's what Mom made. That's how I make fucking chili with goddamn beans. I don't give a shit if you think it's not in there or not. That's how Mom made it. That's how I make it. Done. Don't eat it. Fuck it. More for me. Yeah. But coming into New England, have you guys found like some of that stuff when you'd go to? I think Brandon, you might have done a little bit more traveling than Ken, but beforehand, obviously, if you go down to, like what's the furthest you guys have traveled for a competition?
Together with Smoke on the Rail, PA. That was probably that was the,
Sorry.
Yeah, what's the furthest you've traveled for a comp, Brandon?
I want to say PA. Right? I mean, yeah, it's definitely been with Ken to PA. And we learned real quick why.
I did Keystone last year too, so that was a little further, but that was about as far as I've made it down so far. But
but
Yeah, I
somewhere
think
along the
that
line.
I think that stigma's there. I definitely think people, they're a little skeptical of everyone from the north. But you know what? Hey, there's, like you said, 6, 7 of us going, and we know who won last year. We know who's got some national titles underneath them, world championship titles underneath them, and they come from up here. So I mean, we're definitely making some noise.
Nice. And I've noticed here and there in the chat, one of our buddies, man, he's been riding you guys and putting you away fucking wet. I'm telling you that right now. Fucking Nick Discobert, 19th rib out of 18. Oh, that might have been me. That might have been me. Now that I think about it. Yeah.
Well, we'll deal with him when we're down in Tennessee because he's coming with us to the Jack as a third.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. But there we go. Well, like I said, you guys been cooking a couple years now. You get your walks here and there, and upwards. But Brandon, you actually have a very interesting streak that I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is continuing on the People's Choice streak. How long has this fucking streak been going? You have yet to lose, to not come away with a People's Choice at every comp. For how long now?
It looks like 2.5, 3 years.
Straight.
Yeah, well, we Pennsylvania, but I don't count that because that wasn't. I mean, what do you think, Ken? That was a little bit of a screwy situation, so I can't count that.
It wasn't a true People's Choice, in my opinion, the way they did it. But yeah.
Yeah, 3 years. Ever since I got into the competition road.
3 years of rolling straight People's Choice. I know what cook. The chat knows cook. Are you willing to divulge what you turn in to the audience?
For my People's Choice, sorry, you're breaking up.
Yeah,
for the People's Choice, what do you turn in?
Kraft macaroni and cheese.
I love it.
Thanks for calling. Thanks for coming in.
No, it depends on where I'm at. Mohegan Sun, we did the lobster mac and cheese. 2 years in a row, state champions. In New Hampshire, we did pulled pork mac and cheese. It's just mac and cheese, baby.
I had
mac and cheese with some protein.
I had an amazing People's Choice this year too, and then he all of a sudden retired. So I feel like he was getting a little worried about me in the People's Choice world.
Oh, nice. All right, Ken, I'm going to shoot this one at you. So far in how since you started competition, what's your favorite memory? Could be a moment, could be a particular competition, could be a call. What would you say it is?
Yeah, I mean, obviously outside of winning, grand champion and going to the Jack, that's got to be, my top highlight thus far. But, I think your first call, your first call ever, especially amongst, such a large group of awesome pit masters around. That was awesome. And I think Jamestown brisket was my first, I got a 4th place call, and we were so shocked that we got called. And, it was funny. My brother-in-law was with me, and, he's about a foot taller, and, he walked so fast, but he was coming back with the award by the time I even made it down to say hi to Kathy. So I was just down there by myself, but, that memory itself, that was a great cook. And it was a great venue, great place. And, I'll always keep that one. I think that was, that was an awesome one. So for me. What do
you say there, Brandon?
I gotta agree with Ken. It was the Granite State, first cook ever, threw a giant pile of pulled pork in the middle, squirted some barbecue sauce on it, made it look like a sunshine with bacon around it. And I'm standing there. You got Mark Lambert, you got Smoking Hogs, Faded, El Jefe. All these guys have been doing it for like 10 years, and they hear Live Q or Die, and I'm like, huh? It was just a moment I'll never forget.
Yeah, it's yeah. I'm still waiting on that first walk, but I'm all right with it. I'm all right. I'll get there. But
Max is coming in hot next year. I already told you earlier.
I'm coming in. I'm coming in for fucking blood.
I love it.
I am so pissed that I'm not. I just don't got the cash, to compete this year. We no ifs, ands, or buts. That's what it is, because it's what, and everybody knows what we do ain't cheap.
No.
It's actually, if you really think about it, it's pretty fucking insane what we do for weekend, every weekend, or couple times a weekend, a couple times a month, couple times a summer, couple times a year. It doesn't matter what it is that you're willing to kick up. So fuck it, say it, $2,000 for a weekend. Between your entrance fees, your ancillaries, if they got a one meat challenge or whatever else is going on, other categories you can jump in. Fuel to get there, your competition meets, those ain't cheap. Everyone's roll for the most part. Everybody's rolling with Wagyu briskets, so that's a 200 spot right there anyway.
Yep.
And by the way, you actually haven't eaten or drank anything for the 3 days that we're at a competition. So it adds up fucking quick. But we love it. Hey, I just donated $2,000 and I came out with a finished 37th place. I'll see you boys next weekend. That's exactly how the hell it works.
Yeah.
And what's funny about that is you're right. And like, you don't really think about it. Maybe a couple days later, you think like, oh, wow, that was expensive. And, you went and had fun and you say hi, you congratulate everyone. And yeah, maybe you didn't get a call or whatever, but you're not really that mad. You know what I mean? You just kind of, you got, all right, well, I got to fix it and move on. And yeah, meanwhile you just spent $2,000 to $3,000 to go and do it. And, it's, I don't want to say that too loud. I don't want my wife to hear me.
There's Tim, cheaper than stock car racing. All right, you got a great point there, Tim, and that one firsthand also. So, but the thing is, Tim, you had the stock car racing and you were barbecuing at the stock car races, so you were double dipping on that one. So that got real friggin'
problems.
That's funny.
Well, hold on. We got next week's guest chiming in here. What comp Johnny going to nothing to drink shit? I like the scotches more than the brisket. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, but yeah. All right. So you guys, before we hopped on, you guys said you were leaving for the Jack on the Tuesday the 8th, getting down there Thursday. All right. I'm asking everybody the same question. Y'all got your reservation at Miss Mary Bobo's?
Yes, sir. Yep.
What day? What time?
I do believe we're going to be in line with Mr. El Jefe and Dan. I think the same time slot that we got 1:00 on Thursday. So I have a funny feeling we'll be running into a few of our friends when we get there. So
yeah. That was the other thing. I've been talking to a couple of other guys on the side that are heading down, and they're like, they're calling me up. They're like, I go, what do you want? What do you mean? You never stay on the phone with me this long. What do you want? All right, we're studying. I go, what do you mean you're studying? we're trying to get your accent down because by the sounds of it, you got a whole goddamn section of this country coming down here that none of us are going to be able to understand.
We're coming down wicked hard.
Yeah.
I go, you guys will be fine. You guys known me long enough. You know, if you can understand what the mumbles that come out of my mouth, you'll be fine with the rest of the boys coming down.
We're
So
going to
don't
be
worry
packed
about
everywhere.
Oh yeah, the trailers, the smokers,
Smokers.
coolers, the beers. You know, you're gonna have all types of good stuff down there. But yeah, like I said, I'm pumped for you guys. Obviously you've seen the list of everybody who's going. Are you looking forward to meeting anybody that you haven't had the chance to meet yet that's going to be down there?
Oh, absolutely. Number one, just gotta say, I'm super humbled to even, to be down there to begin with. I know both of us are. And, so to be amongst a lot of the teams and people that we see on that list is just, even folks around here, it's awesome. But yeah, definitely looking forward to going down, meeting a few people. I know I got a friend of mine, Denny Mike. I don't know if you know Denny.
Mm-hmm.
He's from, he's a judge at the Jack, and he's been there for, I think, since its inception, maybe. And I know that he said there's quite a few people down there to meet, and he's got he's going to meet up with me and Brandon, and kind of walk us around, and totally looking forward to it, and I guess a little starstruck too, with everybody.
Oh yeah, like I know the GOAT's going, so Mr. Darren Worth from Iowa Smoky D's, Phil Breeden, LC Barbecue, the old leprechaun will be running around down there, guaranteed. Now, I don't even know if anybody's going with him. I know it's usually his wife and kids, but if this one gentleman goes with him, man, let me tell you something. You could just sit there and listen to this guy tell stories. It's a guy by the name of Kit Polk. Okay, man, he just doesn't give a fuck. Okay, he tells his story how he tells his story, and that's it. And these stories are fucking wild. He's been cooking for over 30 years. So he has got his JV. Absolutely vouch for it. What the hell is it? Hashtag Kid Poke. Yep. He tells a story of that he had taken ribs out of a cooler, put them down, turned to talk to somebody, turned back around, the ribs were gone, and all he saw was this giant dog, wound up being like a coyote, running across the fucking field with a shopping bag full of ribs. He grabs a stick, starts chasing them across the field. Finally, how the hell did he do it? He goes, yeah, that son of a bitch dog. He wound up getting rid of my ribs. He did drop 2 packs. Seal wasn't punctured, so they were still good. You bet your ass I cooked them. And he's like, everyone's like, you cooked the ribs. The dog was walking. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, the stories. But yeah, if you meet up with Phil Breeden from LC and Kit's there, oh, you're in for a weekend. At that point, just remember to go back and cook.
Exactly right. I just think that's what we're looking for, just the experience. It's that's what it's all about. It's just kind of being a part of something so special and in my opinion, very prestigious in the barbecue world. This is a Super Bowl, so I look forward to it. Heck, I'll be happy to meet the parking attendant. Anyone? Yeah. I'll listen to their stories too.
Absolutely. The other advice, just remember, Keep it in the cups, boys. Keep it in the cups. Those dry counties don't play.
Loud and clear. I think I reached out to Bill Gillespie right that weekend, and I think that was the first thing he said. Just so you know, you need Solo Cups.
Solo Cup is your friend.
I
Yes.
started a checklist. Solo Cups, number one.
Yep. But yeah, they're from my understanding, and like I said, from the people I've talked to, they're during that event they're a bit laxed. I think it's because everyone's kind of contained. You really can't get in, you really can't get out, and but they do ask for that bit of respect of the semblance of the rules there. They bend them a little bit, but
they're probably a little hotter on us Yankees too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You can hear our voice. You ain't from around here.
You ain't from around here, boy. They might fuck with you a bit, but it'll be all in fun. Oh, but boys, like I said, congratulations! I'm so thrilled for you guys. And I'm thrilled for all the local boys going on, just because I know what it is to cook up here, and like I said before, we caught the shit for years of what does New England know? Not for nothing. We got some fucking heavy hitters up here. A bunch of the boys for the CBA this year came up. A bunch of couple of Texas boys. And they did well, but Waypoint walked with it. We know how to cook.
I gotta say, after that weekend, after that weekend with my boys Waypoint, because we basically started around the same time, and I told Kenny, I says, listen, we got to win something. I mean, we got to go with Waypoint, and sure enough, the week after we did.
Yeah,
I just think it's a real. I mean, me and Ken have only cooked 3 times together before we GC'd, and I just, like I said, I just couldn't believe it happened that quick.
Hey, when you got something rolling,
definitely good chemistry. So it's been fun. Definitely.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm telling all the boys on your way down there, if you for some reason you do find yourselves a bit ahead of schedule, make a quick pit stop in Ottawa, Tennessee. Go to the Midnight Oil gas station, and attached to that, that's my boy Steve Ray. He owns the gas station, and he opened a barbecue shop, pro shop, on the other side of the gas station. So it's half gas station and garage, half barbecue pro shop, the Owl's Nest Barbecue Pro Shop.
Nice.
And loaded to the gills. He's got a ton of product, charcoals, pellets, grills themselves, seasonings and sauces to the ceiling. So if for some reason you guys forget something, stop in there, say, hey, Steve, I need you. Mag sent me, and he's got you covered. Nice. But yeah, he's got a nice little shop there, and like I said, when I went down to pick up the pit, that's where we came down that East Coast, down and hooked into Tennessee, because he's right around the Chattanooga area.
Okay, yeah.
So if you come in that way, you probably drive right by it and head over to Lynchburg. But yeah, guys, like I said.
Yeah, you might be getting the train of New Englanders coming through,
Oh, yeah. Like I said,
I'm around the same time.
We're known for forgetting something.
Yeah, because, when I talk to him, he's like, fuck yeah, send them down. I'm here. We'll get them set up. We got it all. If I don't have it, I can get it. I'm like, all right, brother. Yeah, all right, yeah, good guy.
I have a feeling on the way down we'll be I think Tim will just be leaving Buc-ee's, and we'll be pulling in for some fresh brisket on that board. So we're making similar stops on the way down. So maybe we end up at the barbecue shop too.
Well, I've never been to a Buc-ee's. I'm on track to hit every single one in the South, actually. we want to get Johnny Mag's discount for us northern teams, 80% or more. He might do that. Steve's been known to go off the edge here and there. So,
Sorry, Jeff. I don't think he carries Sweet Baby Ray's.
Oh, shots fired.
I'm trying to visualize the sauce wall. He actually might. He actually might. Just for a joke for the regular competitors. But the little outsider getting in knows Sweet Baby Ray, so at least he still has a sale.
You had a good joke going, Johnny. You had a good joke. You got me.
But yeah, guys, like I said, thank you guys so much for taking the time. Don't want to keep you all night, but appreciate you guys coming on, telling your story and how you guys hooked up. And like I said, congrats, guys. I'm proud of you. My hat's off to you. Best of luck. Give them hell. Cook your cook, and that's all you can do. Enjoy the experience, guys, and I can't wait to hear about the experience.
And hopefully it's not being PC'd somewhere in Lynchburg. No promises. No promises.
Hey, no good story ever started with, well, I was eating a salad.
Exactly.
A couple of them were like, oh, she didn't look like no cop. But anyway, might have been there before a day or two.
Well, we appreciate it, man. We really appreciate you having us on. It's awesome. We're once again we're happy to be part of this group of people heading down. Everybody's great, and everybody's we just appreciate it. So for me, thank you.
Oh, absolutely, brother. No worries, brother. No worries. Where can everybody find y'all social medias? All the House of Q, the Angry Car, Live Do or Die, everything he's got going on. Bentley's.
So Bentley's Famous Barbecue. Everybody's all four of them are on Facebook for sure. We have House of Q on Instagram as well. So just type in House of Q and or any of our names, and they should come right up. But Facebook and House of Q and Instagram, shall I say? So
beautiful.
And Bentley's has a website, so you can also check that out.
That's Bentley'sFamousBarbecue.com or Bentley'sBarbecue.com.
That is. Yes, that's it. Okay. www.Bentley'sFamousBarbecue.com.
Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, and I almost forgot. Keep that young lad in line.
Which one?
I don't care what Nick. I don't care. When I talk to him, he's got that little gleam in the eye for a young lad. Well, so he might be the troublemaker down there.
Don't worry about it. You ever seen those little wild kids in the mall and they got the leash on them? We made one just for him. So we're going to walk around.
Shot collar the whole 9 yards.
Yeah. It'll be fun. We'll just give him a little tug and we'll keep him in line.
A little zap.
Oh, beautiful.
No,
all right, good. Boys. Thank you so much, and give them hell down there.
All right, thanks, man.
All right, thanks, Johnny.
Oh, awesome, guys. Well, guys, that was Ken and Brendan from House of Q. Great guys. Known them a few years now. And one of the many teams from New England heading down, representing New England down at the Jack. So like I said, wish them all good luck and great cooks and enjoyable memories coming back. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you, Uncle Steve, for jumping in. And actually, let me drop it one more time here. The GoFundMe link for Brother Rick. And, any bit helps, folks. Like I said, Rick's an incredible guy. He's always been there. Any questions I've ever had or anybody's had, Learned a lot from his videos. Had the pleasure of actually meeting him face to face when I went down to pick up the pit a couple years back. And yeah, there was, like I said, terrible news. It's always terrible news, but it hits different when it's a family member. That's exactly what it is. We're barbecue family. And I know Rick. I know the strength of his family, his strength, all of us behind him. He's got this. So if y'all can donate, I appreciate it. Rick appreciates his family, appreciates it. Any bit helps, folks. We all get another time for all of us to come together in the barbecue world, in our community here, to help a fellow brother out. So, Rick, we love you, brother. You got this. We're all here for you. But thank you guys all for tuning in. Next week, we continue the road to the Jack Daniels with the boys from Waypoint Barbecue. Really looking forward to getting to know those guys a little bit better myself. I'm not 100% know of their story. I know bits and pieces, but so yes, I'll be looking forward to that, and getting my hands on those boys on their way to the Jack too. So, guys, tune in next week. Thank you all for joining us. And until next week, keep the smoke rolling.